The US has a lot to offer and is a leader in many things, but there are some things that Germany just does better. These are the 10 things that Germany does better than the US of A. According to Bloomberg's Innovation Index, Germany is the second most innovative country in the world, just behind South Korea, but the United States sits at number 8. Germany has a long history of science and invention, so it might not be too surprising. Still, it's clear that the US could take a few lessons from Germany, at least in this department. Germany has a long history of innovation and thought, and its national average IQ reflects this. The national German mean IQ sits at 102. The US mean IQ sits at 98, which only seems to be a little bit less, but those few points can make a huge difference in a competitive market. Maybe it's the history, maybe it's the education, but Germans are just smarter than Americans. It might not be something to brag about, but when it comes to red tape, Germany has miles and miles of it. But the US tends to take shortcuts in matters of bureaucracy. It's so bad that in light of the refugee crisis, 2 Syrians actually came up with an app to help navigate the maze of German bureaucracy after waiting weeks and weeks to get basic things done, like setting up a bank account. In Germany, you're required to carry an identification card, have to apply for a license for everything, and then you need to wait for half an eternity to actually receive the results of your multitude of applications. Some say it's the old Prussian culture that Germans could never let go of, but at the end of the day, Germany is just better at bureaucracy because it keeps going and going and going and going and going. Crime is significantly lower in Germany than it is in the United States, which means Germans are better at keeping criminal elements in check. The United States has over twice as much general crime as Germany does, with Germany ranked 77th in the world and the USA ranked 30th in crime. In addition, Germany has lower rates of crime in all relevant categories. The USA has 3 times more drug use, 3 times more violent crime, and 5 times the murder rate. Germany is just a safer place, hands down. Germany is the #1 hops producer in the world, with the US falling far behind it. Hops is a flower that is essential for the production of beer. As for critical acclaim, German beer is widely regarded as far better than anything offered in the United States. That is because German beer is real beer, and US beer is just piss water. The USA is known as the gas guzzler nation, and one that tends to overuse electricity and power all the time, but Germans are ahead of the game by way of comparison. Germany has the largest installed solar power capacity of any country and is leagues ahead of the United States. Germany's active solar capacity sits at 9,799 megawatts per hour, which is better than anything the USA can muster. Germany is far more generous with immigration than the USA is. The USA still has strict requirements on people who wish to emigrate from their country to live and work in the United States, but the process can be unduly long, often taking years. In Germany, the immigration process is much more streamlined and humanitarian. When Angela Merkel, in a historic and monumental moment, announced that Germany's borders would be open for all to come, Germany set a new precedent for immigration. These days, you can just walk over the border and live in Germany with no paperwork required. The United States lags behind Germany in this capacity, but it might be just a matter of time until it catches up. Compared to the United States, German education isn't just cheap, it's practically free. For about 250 euros a semester, you can study in Germany and get as good as, if not better in education than anything you might be able to get in the United States. Compare this to the average private American university that can literally charge you thousands and thousands of dollars a semester. In fact, the most expensive private institution in the United States is Columbia University, which charges a whopping $55,056 per year tuition and fees. Perhaps because the German word for debt, Schuld, is the same word as guilt, Germany is a land of misers and fiscally conscious people. Most German credit cards are actually debit cards, directly tied to people's bank accounts. German people generally don't try to spend money they don't have, and are cautious about taking on debt. Compare that to the United States, where students take on hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, overspend with multiple credit cards, and buy everything they want on a whim. There's a reason why Germany is the EU's economic powerhouse, and the US has a debt-to-GDP ratio of 104.5%. Everyone hears the nightmare stories about the American healthcare system. Stories of average people financially ruined by medical bills they simply cannot pay. Well, In Germany, that sort of thing just doesn't happen. The healthcare system in Germany is what is called universal multi-payer with two types: gesetzliche Krankenversicherung, or statutory health insurance, and Krankenkasse, or sickness funds. Germany ranks worldwide 25th in terms of healthcare, but the US ranks 37th. To add insult to injury, the US even pays more for its inferior healthcare, as the country has a higher per capita spending per healthcare than Germany does. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out our other lists. And thanks for watching, and thanks for learning.